Hey guys, I'm Jess Stammers from BoardGameGeek TV, and I'm here with Essa Veek?
Veek.
Yeah, all right. And he's one of the designers on Terra Evolution, and the publisher, Mind
Warrior Games.
Mind Warrior Games. Awesome.
This is our fourth game.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and show us what we've got here?
Okay. Basically, it's a deck builder themed in the evolution of our planet. Players build their own planets with continent cards, and they place species evolving from bilateria, very primitive animals, into all the way to birds and mammals, and try to overcome all the obstacles. And the obstacles are, of course, other players striking your planet with different kind of catastrophes.
Oh my goodness.
Asteroids, ice ages.
Okay.
Volcanic.
Those are pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I like those. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So it's.
How many people is it for?
It's for 2 to 4 people, and of course this whole concept is about high interaction, very aggressive gameplay. So it's better with 4 or 3 person.
And of course, the theme of the game is trying to evolve the species on the planet.
Correct. So the winning conditions are you must have mammals and aves, the birds, on your planet, and then you must have a certain amount of fossil points in your own fossil pile, and you gain these fossil points by replacing older species with newer ones. And these 2 conditions must be met for player to win the game.
Okay.
It sounds easy, but after the other players start to beat your planet, it will be.
It's not as easy anymore. All right.
Yeah.
So what does a turn look like?
Yeah. I have here a little reference card for the turn order. You can see the turns played in the same order always. First you have 5 hand cards at the start of your turn. You place some or all or none of your population cards on the table. When they're on the table, the population cards work as your currency. You can buy new cards with them, but also the population on the table work as your defense buffer. So when another player strikes you with catastrophe, it's first reduced from your population. After that, you might lose species of continents.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is aggressive game.
Yeah, it sounds like
yeah.
it.
Third phase of the game turn is you can play 1 species card from your hand into your planet, into an empty continent. Then you can play 1 continent card. Then you can play 1 catastrophe if you have and you want to play it. The 5th phase is the purchase. So the cards in your population cards on the table, you can use them to purchase new cards.
Okay.
For example, the species and disasters.
Okay.
They are the cards you are buying. The cards you use for buying are always returned to your deck, so you don't lose them in the purchase process. The 6th, the last phase of the turn is you take all cards in your hand. There may be cards you have purchased or cards you didn't want to play this turn. You shuffle only those cards under your deck, so you never shuffle the whole deck. The cards rotate in the deck, and you can watch other players' gameplay and predict
what's going to show up.
Yeah, that's important for the tactics to work.
So the player has to reveal what they're using to purchase and stuff like that?
Yeah, they are revealed, but the cards they are not using, they just shuffle them and put under the deck.
Oh, okay. So sometimes you're not always going to know what they put under the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't know the exact order of the cards in the deck.
Right. Okay. So, but you'll know that it might come around, whatever card you're looking for.
This is useful for the gameplay. When you start to shuffle the cards, it's a signal for the other player to start his turn.
Okay.
now.
All right. So these have to be purchased. All of this has to be purchased.
Yeah. These
using
are
what's
the
in-
tables cards which we try to purchase, and this is the table's population reserve. There are 5 of the population cards for our starting decks, and 10 for each player in here. And when this runs out, normally you can pick up these cards when you place species to a continent. But if these run out, only way to get them back here is to hit other players with the catastrophes. So they lose populations back to the table where you can pick them up when you place new species. And this is one of the main mechanics in play, balancing your population and monitoring the other players' disasters and their population.
Okay. So in your hand, you're holding those cards.
Yeah, this is my starting deck. It consists of 7 continent cards, which I use to build my planet. There's 5 of these population cards and 5 Terra cards. This is the most primeval.
Right. So you have to start with those.
Yeah.
And everybody gets that.
Yeah.
And you have to go up. You have to move your way up.
You're moving up in the evolutionary ladders and trying to achieve the mammals and birds.
But you don't have to have the reptiles?
Yes, you do.
Oh, you do, okay.
Yeah, you don't need the reptilia for winning the game, but you must have this on table so you can develop into mammals and birds.
Oh, okay. All right.
So every of these more advanced species rely on more primitive species.
And then on the bottom of the card there are victory points?
Yeah, these Terra fishes and reptiles, they have this little star on the defense shield. This is the defense value of the card, but in these cards it's also the point value. So when you replace one of these cards with higher species, you can take this card into your fossil pile. And the fossil pile is your victory point pile. You must have certain amount of points in the fossil pile, and you must have birds and mammals in the table to win the game.
Then do they go extinct when they're in the fossil pile, or are they just?
They're like replaced by newer,
better ones.
You don't have to replace the card. You can also spread the new species into another continent. So I can place new fishes, for example, in the empty continent. But then I don't get the points for the fossil pile. And that's important for winning the game.
Okay. And then the cards on the bottom are indicating that that's what that can lead to. But you can use the bacteria to go up to Okay, so like this one can only go to can only evolve into.
Yeah. And insects can't evolve further, but they're a very efficient card for picking up population. So when disaster strikes and everybody loses a lot of populations back to table, by placing insectum in your planet, you can draw 6 population from the table. So it's good for replacing population.
Okay.
When this occurs.
And then the catastrophe cards?
The catastrophe cards are they are both in the same way in the purchase stage than these species cards, and the price is marked here on the right left corner, right bottom corner. This left corner is
fireball.
This fireball symbol is the damage it makes. So
that's the damage. Okay.
Yeah, and when you buy one of these, you take it in your hand. You pay 3 populations from your population row. You take the populations back to your hand and shuffle the whole thing under your deck. So it has a little
give and take.
Yeah.
So these will never be in your starting hands. The
No,
catastrophes.
no,
You have to always buy those.
They must be always.
But you can see what other players are buying.
Yeah, you can see, and I don't think it's good.
Disaster is
because
imminent.
Actually, it makes quite tactical the playing of the catastrophe, because when you buy one, you always have to. The card comes up. There's a little chill time before it comes up.
Right.
And you start to wonder, is the asteroid coming up this turn or the next.
Yeah.
And how much of the population should I keep in defense of my species, and how much I should use for purchasing my new cards.
Right.
That's the one balancing thing in the game.
And so is the asteroid the worst?
Yeah, the asteroid is the big one. Basically, you have to have a lot of population on the table to protect any of these cards for against the attack. And if
but it's so expensive that someone couldn't just buy it right off the bat.
Yeah. You must first you must buy the card with 10 population,
right.
And when you use it, the activation cost is also this. So you must pay it twice. Once when you bought it, and second time when you use it.
When you use it.
But then again, that damage is usually you strike. You might aim it, for example, mammals or birds when another player is winning. So this is the.
That's a pretty bad one.
Board.
I like the volcano too. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the look of it. It's also pretty expensive too, that
Yeah.
one. And then in the deck, I just wanted to kind of show some of the cards that are in the deck. There's, of course, these, and then there's all the continents that we're used to. And then these are...
This is the population.
The population. Yeah. So, very cool. So it's all based on, you know, Earth.
Yeah. We tried to keep this game quite simple deck builder, but again, this is quite aggressive. So there's a lot of player interaction, and we're definitely gonna make expansions for this, because I'm a fan of evolutionary biology myself, and I want to make more.
It would be cool to see, you know, like made up planets, or you know, of made up creatures. So that would be really, I think it's good to start with Earth.
Yeah, we have
a
lot of interesting creatures on the Earth to start with.
Yeah, I like the saber-tooth, or the mammals.
Yeah.
So, well, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else we missed? I think we got everything, right?
Yeah. This is basically the rules. I can quickly show some simulated game how the table would look like after a couple of rounds. So, for example, first I always have, of course, 5 cards in my hand, but I just play them now, so you can see how the planet could evolve. I play Terra on the ocean. I take 1 population card for it. Then I place some population on the table. There's 4 population for my table. This is, of course, must be done the next turn, because the turn order always goes like first the population on the table and it's specific order. And now I'm gonna purchase a card. I purchase with 3 population the fishes. Plenty of them in the sea. I shuffle these under my deck, and they're coming up sometime.
They will come up.
Okay, and we'll simulate the turn they're coming up again. Okay, at the first I play the population cards in the table now. Then I can put some new creatures on my planet. I decide not to, so I'm gonna grow my planet a little bit. I put Africa, new continent there, and then I use again these for purchase. I purchase another fish, 3 populations, these, and all these in my hand are shuffled under my deck.
Okay, there goes the
this
fish.
This game bay stuff. Okay, and then now I think I might have fishes here. So in turn starts, I put this population on the table, and then I want to place my fishes. Now I could place it here in the empty continent, because I have the Terra ready, so it can evolve into fishes to a new continent. Or I can replace this. And now I decide to replace it, because then I get this fish card.
Right.
No, this Terra card into my fossil pile. And now this is 1 victory point for me. In 2-player games I need 15 victory points. In 4-player games, for example, I need only 10. Now are fishes there. If I had purchased Reptilia earlier in the game, I could, for my next turn actions, I could play Reptilia here or replace the fishes with the Reptilia. But of course there's a danger if I replace this and some player plays Asteroid on this, for example, and this dies, I have to start all over again. That's why you should spread sometimes and not just replace.
Not just replace one.
They work as reserve.
Right. So you want to. I mean, there would be different strategies on whether or not you're building up lots of continents with lots of creatures or just a few continents and more advanced creatures.
In the test playing that it's quite dynamic, the gameplay. So usually if you start with one strategy, it would be foolish to play that all the game, because the situation change. Players may play something you didn't expect. They may play a lot of smaller cataclysms. Catastrophes eat your population. You may run out of population before you have planned and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's aggressive and surprising, but still, the fact that you don't shuffle the whole deck, you shuffle only part of the cards.
Only what you're putting in.
And you can rhythm your own play based by the other players, and you can predict some of the events. And
you can even anticipate what's coming up by putting certain things away. Well, that is pretty cool. I like it. It's very different. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us this. I really appreciate it. Thank you.